turns, 3 and 4. Chad White on the bottom. William Duff on the top. Checkered flag in the air. Who's going to win? It's William Duff. No, look out. He just junked it. Look out. Oh, my God. World's #1 streaming service, Hutchinson Motorsports TV. On the call tonight. On your feet. Off your seats. It's about to go green. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live here tonight on the world's #1 streaming service, Hutchinson Motorsports TV. Tonight we are at Echo Park Speedway with the BC Promotions 200. This is going to be a fun one here tonight. Appreciate you joining us here. We got some information for you as we look at this 2 machine of Brian Cook. Friday night action, though, right here tonight, folks. Appreciate you coming out. Click that like button for us. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it. But ladies and gentlemen, BC Promotions, tonight's race sponsor. Appreciate them hopping on board here. But BC Promotions represents the ultimate test of skill, speed, and precision with cash prizes, trophies, and bragging rights on the line, where the world's best drivers come together, not by chance, but by invitation only. This isn't just another race. This is where elite talent meets high stakes, where every lap matters, every move counts, and only the best rise to the top, handpicked, battle-tested, ready to prove it. BC Promotions, special events for the drivers who demand more and deliver it. Use the link in the chat to join the Discord today for more information on the next event, which I can tell you, folks, is going to be Thursday, August 6th. Going to be IndyCar action. Take a look at the chat. That is the BC Promotions Discord. Be sure to join that. But we appreciate BC Promotions and Brian Cook for hopping on board, sponsoring this race here. But we are qualifying right now at Echo Park Speedway. Maverick Davis in the 25 machine on the top of the board here early on. Dylan Alt out here out of the Coke Series. Let's see what the Sacramento, California native of Dylan Alt has up his sleeve tonight as Maverick Davis sits top of the board here with a 31.49 lap time. But let's take a look at some rules and regulations here tonight on the world's #1 streaming service, Hutchinson Motorsports TV. There it is. Echo Park Speedway here in Atlanta. It's a 1.5-mile track. We got 123-degree track temp. That's going to be tough for these guys, folks. It's a fixed setup, 4 tires over the wall, no fast repairs, 50% fuel. And in the booth here tonight, the GOAT, yours truly, Blake Hutchinson. Thanks for joining us here, folks. Click that like button and subscribe. We got Bear Alpha Leaks in the chat here. Need to chill out on the messages here, Bear. We'll let you chill out. I know you're excited. I'm excited too, but chill out on the spam before we have to do anything about it. But nonetheless, Stephen Blevins out here in the #10 machine out of Linden, Virginia. Let's hop on board here with Stephen Blevins. Let's see what he's got up his sleeve. We know the king, Richard Petty, has taught him everything he knows about racing. Got Connor Gerard in the chat. He's pumped up. Brian Smith out here and making his 3rd race here in the series. Been a good start for him in this first 2. Made it on the podium last week. But the Northville, Michigan native ripping that HMS TV 26 machine. And folks, let's... actually, I don't have the point standings available. Sorry about that. But I do know the 02 machine is your points leader heading into tonight. And he's got a big lead. As Darrell Young Jr. going to park it on the apron. Darrell, you need to get off the track. There we go, folks. Qualifying is over with. Checkered flag is out. Top of the board. Jaden Hopp going to be on the pole here tonight. But we got a quick warm-up here, folks. These drivers going to fine-tune these machines. And we'll be right back here watching the world's #1 streaming service, HMS TV.
I'm Larry McReynolds. Remember, in any type of racing, it's all about execution. So right now, subscribe to Hutchinson Motorsports TV today. You know America's crew chief. I would never steer you wrong.
Hutchinson Motorsports TV is back. The lights are bright and the stands are packed.
We are back here watching some warm-up action here before we get started tonight's race. Again, the BC Promotions BC Promotions 200 right here on Hutchinson Motorsports TV. Be sure, folks, click that like button for us. Subscribe to the channel as we have hit 1,600 subscribers here at HMS TV, and we couldn't do it without our diehard fans. That includes Connor Gerard, Just Your Average Teej, and all you others in the chat. We got Austin Hobo out there. Austin Hobart, let's see what he's got going on here tonight as he's currently on track in that Hustle Fuel 88 machine out of Kaikato, Minnesota. We'll keep an eye on that car for sure. But folks, speaking of Hustle Fuel, head on over hustlefuelshop.com. Use discount code HMSTV. You get 20% off your order, which is a steal, folks. I don't even know how they're making money over there at Hustle Fuel, but be sure to take advantage of that. We're going to rack them up here soon and get things started. I'm counting 40 cars signed in here tonight. Full field of race cars. Going to be a fun one for sure. Dennis Orff in the chat as well. He's chatting it up, pumped up, ready to watch his drivers pull off a good one here tonight. But we see Chris Gaxel out here out of Nottingham. That's right, folks. A driver from the United Kingdom, Chris Gaxel, is out there. It's going to be fun to see him rip it around here at New Atlanta. Nonetheless, looks like warm-up is coming to an end here in about, 5 seconds or so, which means we're going to rack them up and get things rolling. Going to be a fun one here tonight. Our stage break going to be at lap number 50. So you saw the rules and regulations earlier, folks. It is time to get them racked up and rolling. We're bunching the field up, and we are about to go racing. Let me find a good tune here to get things rolling, folks. One of my favorites right here. Let's get it going. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time on the world's #1 streaming service, Hutchinson Motorsports TV. Tonight's starting lineup is as follows. Starting on the front row from the pole position, the #1 machine from Tier 1 Racing, Jaden Hopp. On his outside, the 33 of John Hall. Row number 2 on the inside, the number 6 machine from the Coke Series with Tier 1 Racing, Hustle Fuel on the car, Dylan Alt. On his outside, the 25 machine, Maverick Davis. Row number 3 on the inside, going to be the number 8 machine of Jared Skinner. On his outside, the 98, Andy Lewis. Row number 4 on the inside, going to be the number 18 machine, Ben Pierce. On his outside, the 88, Austin Hobart. Row number 5 on the inside, it's going to be the number 89 machine of Dennis Orff. On his outside, the 28, Chad White. It's a good-looking car there for Chad White. On row number 6, it's going to be the 0 of Steve Tucker on the inside with Brian Samara on the outside. Row 7, the 26 machine of Brian Smith. On his outside, the 01, Chris Otto. Row number 8, going to be Daryl Young Jr. with Stephen Blevins. Row number 9, Terry Vincent with Nicholas Papiak. And in row number 10, you got Douglas Ivey, Frank Chavez. Rolling in a row 11, Bryce Barfield alongside of Josh Gagnon. Then you have Joshua Thornton, Bryce Senesac, John Lewis, and Chris Gaxel. And folks, if we didn't say your favorite driver, well, it's not my fault. They're slow, they're junk, they're starting in the back. We are racked up here, folks, and we're actually not going green. So, well, take a look. You got plenty of time to look at the scoreboard here, folks, and see where your favorite driver's starting. Full field of race cars here tonight. 39 on the track, I'm counting. So we're going to have a stage at the end of lap number 50, and it is going to be exciting here tonight. We're going to drop the hammer and go green next time around. Jaden Hopp and John Hall on the inside, but thanks again for everybody tuning in. We got 25 fans watching. Share that link here to your friends and family. Plenty of time to get them in here and watching, folks. We are in store for a fun one. We're in the playoffs. Next week going to be the season finale for the HMS TV Cup Series. We're heading to Homestead next week for the finale. So keep an eye on these guys, folks. We know the O2 machine has a big points lead. So let's see what that O2 car, Jonathan Evans in it tonight, starting back in the 26th spot. Got Hustle Fuel Shop in the chat. Head on over there, folks, hustlefuelshop.com. HMS TV discount code, get 20% off your order. But we've got Just Your Average Teej in the chat, chatting it up with Connor Gerard. He is a fan of WWE, just like Connor is. But nonetheless, folks, look at this full field of race cars. As we take a look at the blimp, look at these guys lined up door to door, 39 on the track. These fans, sold out crowd, they're on their feet. They're off their seats. We're ready to go green here at Echo Park Speedway. Field is racked up, ready to roll. Pace truck is in. It's Hop on the inside, Hall on the outside, on your feet, off your seats, green flag into the air here in Atlanta. Full field of race cars as we hop on board with Jaden Hop on the bottom line, getting a shove from Dylan Alt here on the inside. Door to door, bumper to bumper. Be expecting some wrecks here tonight, folks. We are close quarters draft racing here on the world's #1 streaming service as John Hall looks to take over the race lead up top. Hall getting a shove there from Maverick Davis here on the high line. It's going to be Hall, Davis, and Hop, your top three, as we are clean and green around Echo Park Speedway. Let's drop back into the middle of the pack. You got Daryl Young Jr. in the 17th position here out of Peoria, Illinois. Let's hop on board here. You guys might know Daryl Young Jr. He's on the channel with me often as a co-broadcaster. Well, tonight he's racing. As we drop back in the field, let's take a look at some of these guys. We see Brian Cook in that #2 machine back in the 32nd spot, trying to make something happen. Bad news is, folks, when you're this far back in the field, unless a third lane forms, it's just tough to pass and go anywhere. Because you see just gridlock action in front of him. Brian Cook currently in the 33rd spot, but let's drop back here, folks. Last place goes to Cam Ingram out of Houston, Texas. He is in the 39th spot, trying to hold this draft. He's got Diego Sainz in front of him as we are ripping it around here in Atlanta, Georgia. Jumping up to the 20th position out of McDonough, Georgia, it's Bryce Barfield in that 37 machine. Bryce able to make it out here tonight. He's missed the last handful of races, but good to see this 37 car back on track as we got one dropping to the outside. Scary moment there for some of these drivers. That's the 10 machine falling off here a little bit. Losing a lot of momentum, but we are still clean and green here tonight as John Hall holds on to the race lead out front. Good to see John Hall making his debut with the series. And folks, get to know him well. He's going to be around a lot, and John's going to help us out next season by making some of our setups for season 2 of the HMS TV Cup Series. So check them out, folks. I believe it's RKM Setups. Get a hold of John Hall. You're looking for some custom setups, he can hook you up. Devil Charger in the chat says, let's go Dobbs, and he's pulling for Chris Otto as well. Let's take a look at the 01 machine of Chris Otto. Good-looking Tier 1 racing car. Let's take the drone cam down for a quick flyby. Otto out of Robinson, Illinois, trying to get some help up top. He's got the 27 machine of Matthew Byers underneath him, ripping it around here on lap number 7 here in Atlanta. Tier 1 wraps, check them out, folks. They got a setup shop, they got wraps. What more could you ask for? Tier 1, check them out. So John Hall holding on strong to the race lead, but it's time to check out your HMS TV Hard Chargers. Matthew Byers right now on the top of the board in the 17th position after starting all the way back in 29th. He has climbed the board 12 spots. I'm shocked we're still clean and green, folks. This is some great racing here so far in Atlanta. But we know we're going to get some cautions, guys. It's just bound to happen here in Atlanta, especially with 39 cars. But I'm pumped up to see how it all plays out as Brian Samara is ripping it around in that number 53 machine, hailing from Kannapolis, North Carolina. Devil Charger in the chat. Appreciate the shout out there, Devil. Thanks for tuning in. It's going to be a fun one here tonight as John Hall is your race leader. You got Jaden Hopp second, Dylan Alt third, followed by Maverick Davis and Jared Skinner rounding out your top 5. Skinner looking to the inside, trying to shove Maverick Davis up top. He's going to do it. We're getting single file out front here, folks. The first car on the outside line looks to be the 89 machine of Dennis Orff in the 11th position. Good-looking hustle fuel car right there for Dennis Orff out of Warrenton, Missouri. Let's see if Orff can get a shove up top as he has his driver and teammate of Austin Hobart in the 88 right there behind him. Top on board with Austin Hobart from Kakedo, Minnesota. Look at that picture of Austin Hobart. He's slamming that hustle fuel, and I can't blame him, folks. I've been drinking it all day, and that's why I'm pretty jacked up right now. I'm pumped. If you want some hustle fuel, you know where to go, folks. There is a link in the chat. It's pinned. Head on over there. Use our discount code. Get 20% off your order. Why pay full price when I can get you 20% off? But Connor Gerard in the chat says, paint scheme of the night finalists. You got the number 2 machine of Brian Cook. He is a finalist. Then the number 5 machines out there, that is going to be Terry Vincent. I'm trying to find where Terry is. There's just so many cars here, folks. Here he is, Terry Vincent right there. You got the Kellogg's number 5, good-looking car. Then we have the number 10 machine, and we got a couple cars falling off pace. Not sure if we had a wreck or, oh, we do. We have a wreck. There it is. Caution is out. They're junk in the rear, folks. I think there was a connection problem or something. Chris Gaxel just junked the whole field. So hang on, let's try to find where this all starts. Dennis Orff involved. Here it is. So Dennis Orff goes up, gets into the wall, and he gets clipped by his teammate down into the infield. Dennis Orff smokes the wall, straight back up the track, has him locked up, and then, look out. Actually, never mind. I thought there was more there to that, but hang on. Douglas Ivey gets involved as well. Here's the rest of the wreck. Here's where everybody else gets involved. Douglas Ivey comes up the track, tries to blend in, and then, nope, ends up junking the field. So, caution is out. You got a handful of cars involved. Looks like Dennis Orff, Douglas Ivey. You got Blevins, Gaxel, Tinker, Ward, all involved. Maybe some others too. So our first caution of the night is out here, folks. Take a look and see who wants to head down pit road. Looks like the whole field's going to do it. You got John Hall leading the field. And folks, remember, here in Atlanta, you got to enter the pit commit line going into turn number 3. So we know these guys, they're all pitting. They cannot change their mind now. So it's John Hall leading the pack. Let's take a quick break, folks. Don't you go anywhere. Click that like button. Subscribe to the channel here. We'll be right back. We are back here, and folks, I tell you what, I am pumped up. I just poured me some Hustle Fuel, mixed me up some sour gummy, and that's why I'm so jacked up here tonight, folks. This is a fun one here as Matt Byers, the only one on the lead lap here that did not pit, so he's going to take over the race lead, but keep an eye on him. Matt Byers with some older tires. Let's see if this is going to work out well for him or not. Field is set, lined up, and ready to roll. It's going to be Byers in the 27, your race leader. You got John Hall on his outside in the 33. Looking at the chat, we got Connor Gerard, Devil Charger, Stained Pink, Brantley Roden out there. Thanks for tuning in, Brantley. And we have others as well. If you're tuned in here, be sure to click that like button. Drop a comment. Let us know who you're pulling for, what you're thinking, or who... Or you know what? Just let us know who you don't even like. If there's a driver you just can't stand, let us know. And my driver that I can't stand, folks, this guy right here, Chad White in that 28 machine. I just do not like this guy. Currently in the 16th position. I hope he wrecks it. But the field's racked up, ready to roll. Pace truck is in. Field is set. Atlanta Motor Speedway, Echo Park, whatever you want to call it. On your feet, off your seats. Green flag. Back in the air. Cover your ears, we're going trackside here in Atlanta. My ears are ringing, I don't know about yours, as Matthew Byers is still out front. Your race leader, Dylan Alt, right there on the back bumper here, going into lap number 19 this next time around. Again, Matt Byers stays out there on that caution, did not pit, so he's going to have to pit before the end of this stage, but we got a long ways to go. 50 laps to the end of stage 1, then we have 130 to the end. Bear Alpha Leaks is back. Welcome back, Bear. Appreciate you coming out here tonight. I know you were pumped up. I don't blame you, Bear. I'm pumped up too. It happens. We've all done it. We appreciate you coming out here. Everybody else as well, as we are clean and green. Nick Happyack finds himself in the 15th position with a beautiful looking Juicy Spider number 06. Hop on board here with Nicholas Happyack here running the bottom line. Going into lap number 20 here at Echo Park Speedway. Now, our fans may not know it here, but there is actually a paint theme here tonight, but really not a lot of participation. The paint theme is actually nostalgia. So, Connor, whenever you're picking your paint scheme finalist of the night, if you would, we would appreciate it if you go with somebody doing the paint theme. And I'm really loose on the term nostalgia. So I'm looking at this Kellogg's paint scheme. I think that qualifies. So stuff like that, you know, you see an old paint scheme you like, it definitely qualifies. But I want to highlight this paint scheme right here, Chad White. At first, I didn't really know what it was. But let's take the drone cam down for a quick flyby. This is actually a throwback to a Hot Wheels car. So this is Chad's nostalgia right here. Playing with Hot Wheels as a kid. The Tiku Hot Wheels car, you can Google it if you want a comparison. Pretty good looking scheme though, folks. Pretty close to the real one. So Chad White, based on a Hot Wheels car, here in nostalgia paint theme tonight. Meanwhile, Jaden Hopp ripping the high line here on the outside. Third position for Jaden Hopp. Race leader is still Matthew Byers for now. Those old tires don't seem to bother Byers. Let's drop back here a bit in the field. You see Ben Pierce in that number 18 machine. Good looking scheme per usual for these powerhouse racing cars out of Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Ben Pierce. When I was talking to Ben earlier and I was trying to have a constructive conversation with him, and it's just impossible. He just kept saying, roll tide, Blake, roll damn tide. This is all this guy talks about. The Alabama Crimson Tide. Another thing, Ben, I'm trying to teach up Ben on his NASCAR takes, and he's just not very good at them. Disagrees with me often. He's just wrong a lot, folks. So Ben Pierce, if you know him, be sure to let him know his NASCAR takes. They're just not very good. And Blake Hutchinson's are much, much better. He'll know what you're talking about. Matthew Byers holding on to the race lead. You got Dylan Alt behind him. Up top, you got John Hall rounding out your top three here in Atlanta. But I tell you what, this race so far has been much cleaner than I anticipated. Out of Anderson, South Carolina, we got Terry Vincent ripping it around. That's a BAC Racing number 5. It's based on the Kellogg scheme, obviously, in that 5 machine. Good to see on Terry Vincent. Good run so far for Terry, but let's check out your hard charger board. It's Matthew Byers, of course, your race leader. After starting 29th, he's up to first. But Connor, yeah, feel free. I'm going to try to show off all these paint schemes. I don't really know who else is participating in the paint theme here tonight, but I'm trying to show off all these cars for you. So let's take a look around here. We see Brian Smith in that 26 machine. Good to see Brian Smith out here. Behind him, you got Chris Otto in the Tier 1 Racing 01 machine. And these guys starting to get a little wobbly here tonight. Now, earlier, Brantley Roden mentioned the 0 machine of Steve Tucker. Steve's got a new paint scheme here tonight. Let's try to show it off here, folks. I'm going to take the drone down for a quick flyby. Here it is. New paint scheme on Steve Tucker here, done by Harpoon Design. Brantley Roden. Hey, dude, on the car, you got DoorDash, Wendy's, Burger King. What else we got here? Chipotle. Some would call it Chipotle. There's a certain guy that lives in Aurora, Colorado, that likes calling it Chipotle. I've never heard it called that other than by him. That's what he likes to call it. But this is a cool scheme, folks. You got all kinds of textures going on. Hey, dude, on the car, you got Dixon. Never even heard of it, but it's on the car there, folks. So good-looking scheme, as usual, for Steve Tucker. But Tucker looking like junk here tonight in the 22nd position. He needs to get on the gas. Time to pull up your HMS TV pit strategy board. Byers still out there. He has made it all 27 laps on that tank of fuel. Everybody else went in about 13 laps ago. So going to be interesting how this all plays out here tonight. Now, a small little difference here in tonight's race. Normally we have live race control. Well, both our race control options had some issues or difficulties. Unfortunately, they couldn't make it tonight, so we do have auto cautions enabled tonight, and it looks like somebody's dropping to the rear. I believe that's Austin Hobart. But we're still ripping it here with Cam Ingram in the 18th position. We see right there underneath them, you got Josh Gagnon in the 79. Good-looking scheme here for Gagnon out of Reno, Nevada. Oh, now they're junking it. Caution is out. We got a pile up. Oh, they're still wrecking here. Look out. Oh, my goodness. Let's see where this all started. Your race leader, Matthew Byers, involved in this incident. And I don't know, we probably got a dozen cars involved as well. Here it is. Now, take a look, folks. What do you think happened? Oh, my. The 5 just loses it off the corner and ends up junking the whole field. So let's see this from the view of Terry Vincent. You got the BAC Racing 5 machine. Nobody touched him. He just wipes it out, and wham! Nowhere for a lot of these guys to go. And you know what? There was actually fewer cars involved in that than I actually thought originally, but still a good amount. Looks like the 0 machine of Tucker spun it out, but shouldn't have much damage. So Chris Gaxel involved as well here. Let's take a look at it from his view. He tried to whiskey throttle it. Fortunately, didn't make it. So, caution's back out here, folks. This is our second caution of the evening. This is going to change things up for sure. You're going to see a lot of guys head down pit road, a lot of them not. So we're going to go HMS TV side by side. We'll be right back here watching the world's #1 streaming service, Hutchinson Motorsports TV. We'll see you in a minute. Don't go anywhere.
I'm Larry McReynolds. Remember, in any type of racing, it's all about execution. So right now, subscribe to Hutchinson Motorsports TV today. You know America's crew chief. I would never steer you wrong.
Hutchinson Motorsports TV is back. The lights are bright and the stands are packed.
Todd Gilliland here. You're tuned into the world's #1 streaming service, Hutchinson Motorsports TV. Make sure to like, subscribe, and join the Discord channel so you never miss a moment of the action. Did America's crew chief already tell you that?
We are back here in Atlanta, and if you're just tuning in, things just got spicy. We had a big multi-car incident involved, and Connor Gerard, he's shifting up his paint scheme of the night finalist. Connor, if you want to put them all in one chat for us, we'd appreciate that. But field's racked back up here, ready to roll. We're on lap number 33. Again, we're here at New Atlanta. 39 cars on the track. We're expecting cautions here, so don't be shocked if your favorite driver gets junked. Don't blame the league or cry about it. You got 39 cars on iRacing here. It's going to happen. But there you have it. Pace truck is in. Field is set. Front row, it's going to be Joshua Thornton on the outside with Dylan Alt on the inside. Green flag back in the air. Side-by-side action, no help on the outside line, and the 9 tries to junk Dylan Alt. Ends up coming up a little bit short. Hung out to dry on the high line is Joshua Thornton out of Denison, Ohio. Nobody wants to help Josh. They say, you know what, Josh? Get out of the way, loser. You're going to the rear. So Josh Thornton from the race lead, and never mind, he's going to get hooked. Oh, my gosh, into the wall. The 18 of Ben Pierce said, I'm not letting you in. You're junk. Caution is out, and my, oh my, you got a lot of cars involved here, folks. Let's take a look here from, hang on. Got stuff jumping all around. All right, so from Ben Pierce, here it is. There you have it. Ben Pierce, I think he had some more room than he anticipated, and unfortunately hooks the 9 machine. Then he comes down the track, junks the 2 machine and others. So there you have it, folks. Caution number 3 out here tonight. You be the judge. Let us know at home what you thought happened. Bear Alpha Leak says, no, not the 18. Yeah, unfortunately, Ben Pierce is junk. We'll show it one more time. We got plenty of time. Now, look at this. So here's slow motion. Now, it looks like the 18 had a little bit of space underneath him. Unfortunately, gets into the quarter panel of the 9. The 9 almost saves it, but right here, there's no saving this. Hard to the fence. Ben Pierce is junk. But we're going to rack them back up here again. We're staying here trackside during this caution. Caution-free break brought to you by BC Promotions, ladies and gentlemen. BC Promotions has an event coming up here on August 6th. That's going to be a Thursday. Our Average Joe Sim Racing League is off that week, so we're doing a special event. We're going to broadcast it live right here on Hutchinson Motorsports TV, but it's going to be the Girth Brooks 180. BC Promotions teams up with celebrity Girth Brooks in Music City for a race that's sure to be as fire as the songs he produces. 10 world tours, over 80 million records sold, along with millions of fans. Indisputable proof of his talent. Some people have accused him of using AI, but stopped when the people that made the accusations disappeared. Check out the Race Jams channel and BC Promotions Discord to hear these certified banger songs. And folks, this is going to be a Dallara race at Music City, Nashville Super Speedway. So we're going to be in the Indy cars at Nashville. If you want to sign up, head on over to that Discord I just linked in the chat. That's the BC Promotions Discord. Be sure to join them, sign up for that race. We're going to be calling it live right here on Hutchinson Motorsports TV. Now let's take a peek here at the driver's chat if we have anything good since the start of this race. I don't know. I don't really have time to read all this, folks. I'm flying solo here tonight, so appreciate Radio Replay. That's Jesse Becker's program. Pretty cool program. You can play driver's transmissions. Here's one. That's Chad White talking. I don't know what he said, but there you have it. So we can play driver's transmissions over the radio. Sometimes there's good stuff. Sometimes there's not. I don't see anything of people whining or anything, so nothing great. So here is Aaron Poplin had something to say earlier. Go ahead, Aaron.
Am I hearing it?
There you go. So nonetheless, that's radio replay, but we're going to rack them back up here. We are in lap number 37 out of 130 here tonight. We are expecting some cautions. We are draft racing here at an intermediate track. Who would have thought this was possible, 5 or 6 years ago? So it's going to be Dylan Alt on the inside with Jaden Hopp on the outside here on this restart. Everybody should be good to go the rest of the way on the stage with fuel. We've got 13 laps left to go after we go green for stage number 1 with the BC Promotions 200. All right, new paint scheme of the night contenders are the number 8 machine, the 0, the 16, and the 1. So we'll be sure to check those guys out. So Connor Gerard adjusting his paint scheme finalists on the evening. But the pace truck's going to head in. Field is set here at Echo Park Speedway as they roll into the juicy Spider restart zone. Used to be called that. Green flag into the air. Clean and green heading into turn number 1. It's Dylan all out front with Jaden Hopp right there on his back bumper. He got one off pace there. I believe that was Andy Lewis. Unfortunate there for Andy. Just coming out of the pits there late. So he's going to blend into the track. But you got Otto in the 3rd spot. And here comes Brian Smith taking over that spot on the outside line with a shove from Maverick Davis. Hop on board with Jared Skinner. He is 3rd in line here on this top lane. Let's see if these guys can get things rolling here in Atlanta. 12 laps left to go in stage number 1. Brian Smith leading this outside line. He's going to move up the track a bit, get back down here, getting a shove from his teammate this week, Maverick Davis. I am pumped up here tonight. Got my Hustle Fuel sipping on it. We're clean and green. 11 laps left to go. Dylan Alt, your race leader. No shock there. Coke Series driver, Dylan Alt. Check him out, folks. On Tuesday night, he's going to be back at it with the Coke Series. I don't really know where they're headed to. But check him out. He is on social media. I believe he's on X. You can find his account. You can just search Dylan Alt. And look out, we got one down low. Back up the track he goes. Caution is out. Not sure who's involved in that one, but I believe it was Josh Gagnon. My, oh my. Let's find out what happened here. This is caution number 4 on the evening. Things are getting interesting for sure. Here's what it is. Hang on. Let's rewind this a little bit more. All right. So let's see. Gagnon just loses it there in the tri-oval, down into the apron and back up on the track. Look out. Who's getting junked? Oh, wow. All these guys avoided him there, folks. That's impressive. I thought there was going to be a pileup, but it was basically a one-car incident. So Josh Gagnon involved, and that's about it. So we're going to rack them up here, get things rolling. We're on lap number 42. This is not going to be the stage break, so let's go HMS TV side by side. Don't you go anywhere, folks. You're watching the BC Promotions 200 right here on Hutchinson Motorsports TV. We'll see you in a minute.
Hey guys, it's NASCAR driver Matt DiBenedetto, and you are watching Hutchinson Motorsports TV, America's #1 iRacing broadcast service. So be sure to like and subscribe on YouTube today. It'll be the best decision you've ever made, so you can watch us sim racers go at it on the track.
We are back here in Atlanta, front row. It's going to be Alt on the inside, Hop on the outside. And folks, we got some radio traffic to go through. Earlier here, just listen in.
Do we have a claim for that caution? Brian, please do not disqualify him. Ooh, I want to be disqualified.
I might have to, actually. Get rid of all the anime cars in the race.
That's Brian Samara. He's doing the EOLs for the claim cautions, and that is some transmission with Diego Sainz. He is in an anime paint scheme, and let's just say Brian Samara is not a fan of these anime paint schemes. So the 97 of Diego Sainz out of Richmond, Texas, currently running 23rd, did not get disqualified, but he better watch it. He's got a target on his back with that Dragon Ball Z car. Right, Diego? This is definitely Dragon Ball Z. That's Dragon Ball Z on the hood, too, right? We're racked up, ready to roll here, folks. It's going to be Dylan Alt on the inside with the one machine of Hop on the outside. Pace truck is in. Field set. We're ready to roll. Going to be a 6-lap dash to the end of stage number 1. Green flag back in the air. Let's see if we can knock some laps out. We had a good start to the race. Stayed clean and green for a bit. Well, ever since then, it's been a little bit tricky. But we are going to get it rolling here tonight as Dylan Alt has that top spot. Brian Smith in second, getting a big shove from the 25 of Maverick Davis. Smith goes to the outside, tried to take over the top spot, but unable to do it as Alt did a good block there. He's going to hold on to the spot as we hop on board with your race leader of Dylan Alt. Alt going to stick with the low line. Here comes Brian Smith to the outside. They're getting 3 wide here a little bit back. We'll keep an eye, see if things get a little sketchy here as Cam Ingram and the 17 machine looking to make some moves. Side by side for the race lead. It's going to be Brian Smith out front. Dylan Alt on the inside. Drag racing to the line. Brian Smith, your race leader on lap number 47. As they go back and forth, trading this lead between one another. It's Smith and Alt out front. We're still clean and green. Gonna be 3 laps left to go in the stage this time around. Brian Smith covers up, takes that bottom line. He can't decide where he wants to go. Looks up top, back down low he goes. 3 to go here in the stage. Dylan Alt gets shuffled to the outside as Maverick Davis looks to the back bumper of the 26 machine. Down low he goes. On board here, Maverick Davis from Swartz Creek looking down low. 2 laps left to go in the stage here in Atlanta. Brian Smith trying to bring home the stage win here. Dylan Alt looks down low, unable to make anything happen, goes up top. Smith will not let him go. Out of turn number 4, they are door-to-door drag racing out of 4. Boy, Brian Smith racing aggressive here tonight. He is your race leader. Last lap around for stage number 1. The 25 of Davis with a big shove on the 26. Down the backstretch, these guys trying to get all the stage points they can. It's Dylan Alt out front for now. Through turn number 4, not going to be much of a battle. Dylan Alt brings home the stage win, and there's the caution. So, not sure how the rest of the field stacked up, but Dylan Alt definitely your stage 1 winner. I'm not sure if we had a wreck there or if that was just the stage caution a little early. But again, folks, we do not have race control here tonight. We're manually throwing these cautions. So, nonetheless, Dylan Alt brings home the stage 1 win. We're going to take a quick break, gather our thoughts, and get yourself an ice cold beverage, folks. We're going back green. Stage 2 starts here shortly. We are back here lined up, ready to roll. Steve Tucker does not pit, takes over the race lead, but might be having some connection issues. We're going to keep an eye on him, folks, especially here in Atlanta. You don't want somebody blinking out front, but it's going to be Tucker out front. He last pit on lap 43. You got Alan Dobbs on his outside here, rolling into lap number 54. No more stage breaks. Our fifth caution of the night. New paint scheme there for that Zero machine of Steve Tucker. We'll keep an eye on that car, see if he blinks, but the pace truck is in. Field is set. Rolling into the restart zone. They go. On your feet, off your seats. Green flag into the air. Cover your ears. We're going down trackside. They're trying to junk it. Side by side here in Atlanta. It is loud, but it's clean and it's green. Steve Tucker, your race leader. Oh, look out, they're junking it. Caution is out. We got a pile up. Oh, man, I'm not sure who all's involved in this one, but it's going to be a handful of cars. Andy Lewis involved here in the 98. Take a look. I believe Andy gets caught up at the end here, so we're on board with Andy Lewis, tries to check it up here, and ends up looping it. So let's drop back here. Darrell Young Jr. gets involved. Let's rewind it. Take a look here. This is not where it starts either, so trying to find out where all this initiates. Looks like one of those Tier 1 racing cars is involved, so let's try to find out. Again, I'm not getting much help from my SDK here, folks, so looks like Chris Otto is involved. So let's see this one more time. No, it's not. Again, folks, hang on. Give me a minute. I'm struggling. Alan Dobbs. All right, let's see if this is it. There we go. Alan Dobbs involved. Just gets a bump there from the 6. Tucker gets into him and then gets clipped, but he's good. So Alan Dobbs turned up in front of the field, and thankfully not a ton of cars involved. Had a good amount, though. I'd say maybe a handful. So serious damage there for Alan Dobbs and some others. So Dylan Alt is your race leader. We're going to rack things up. Give me a moment. I'm going to HMS TV side by side. Going to try to work on a couple things. But don't you go anywhere, folks. Caution number 6 is underway. You're watching the BC Promotions 200 right here on Hutchinson Motorsports TV. All right, folks, we are back trying to go through some radio replay transmissions. There's a lot going on. I believe the 6 machine of Dylan Alt takes the EOL from that caution. So Dylan Alt dropping to the rear. So that's going to make Steve Tucker your race leader in the 0 machine. Nick Hapiak going to start there beside him. Looking on the track here, we've now got 28 cars on the lead lap here. So 29th on back, a lap down, or they're out. Starting to run out of some cars here tonight, folks. But again, it's bound to happen here at New Atlanta. You're pack racing on an intermediate track. If there's a wreck, you're probably going to involve 5 or 6 at least. So we're going to see how this goes. It's going to be Happyack on the top line with Steve Tucker down low as the field is racked up and ready to roll. Pace truck is in. We're ready to roll. Let's hop on board here with Nick Happyack on this restart. Green flag into the air. Side by side, Happyack up top here. Let's see if he can take over the race lead from Steve Tucker as he's getting a shove from the 17 machine of Cam Ingram. Oh no, they're junking it. Caution is out, folks. This is Atlanta here. It's going to happen. Dennis Orff and Josh Gagnon involved. I believe this all starts from Josh Gagnon. Yeah, gets a shove there from the 7, and then wham, hard to the wall. 7 gets turned. A couple others involved, and nothing you can do about that. So, wham, a little extra hit there for the 7 award. And another one. So, caution number 7 on the night. Yes, sir, caution number 7. Folks, what's going on in the chat? We're going to stay here trackside for this caution. You got Steve Tucker's your race leader. Stained Pink says, yeah, looks like the 0 car for paint scheme of the night. Love my hey dudes and the way the car looks. Don't tell Hop. We won't let him know. Jaden Hop. I'm not going to let him know. So Stained Pink in the chat. He doesn't want us to tell Jaden Hop what he just said. So what we're going to do here, folks, I'm going to pull him in here. Let's get Jaden Hop in the broadcast booth. Jaden, Blake up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you. What's up?
Hey, how's it out there? I mean, I know we've had a handful of cautions in a row, but how's the car feeling?
It's definitely a fun one. The car's a little bit free, but I'd say that makes for pretty good racing.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, hopefully we can clean it up a little bit, but we know this is how Atlanta goes out sometimes. But I just wanted to let you know, Stained Pink in the chat, he was wanting the 0 machine to win paint scheme of the night. He said not to let you know, so I figured I would.
Wow, I'll have to remember that.
Well, I'm glad we were able to let you know. But, hey, figured we'd pull you in here. I mean, we're killing time under caution. Now, how you feeling about your chances here tonight? Looks like you've had a few teammates up there with you as well.
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty confident having them next to me. Really just got to keep on surviving like we have been so far, and I think it will turn out pretty well.
All right, well, hey, we wish you the best of luck here. Looks like you're going to restart in the 6th position here, Jaden.
I'm looking forward to it. Thank you.
All righty, Jaden Hop out there. Feeling good, racing with his teammates out front, running with the Hustle Fuel guys. So we're going to rack them up here again. You got Steve Tucker as your race leader, Nick Happyack in the 2nd position. Connor Gerard, he's pumped up here in the chat. As always, we got Bubba Myers Custom Designs, folks, looking for a paint scheme. Head check them out. Bubba Myers Custom Designs. Shoot him a message on Discord. He can hook you up. But nonetheless, here we're in lap number 60, our 7th caution of the night. I'd act surprised, folks, but I'd be lying. But look at some of these shots we got here tonight as we're going to rack them up here, go side by side. Steve Tucker holds on to the race lead, but let's pull up your HMS TV lap leaderboard. You got Dylan Alt. He's led 17 here tonight. Matthew Byers, 16 led. John Hall with 13. Steve Tucker, Brian Smith, Thornton, and Hop rounding out your lap leaders here tonight. So we'll keep an eye on those for sure as we look at your HMS TV hard charger board, the number 17 machine, Cam Ingram, after starting back in the 41st position. I'm sorry, 39th position. I can't do math. Started dead last. He's running 4th, so up 35 spots here tonight. But we're going green this next time around. Steve Tucker's figured out his connection issues, at least for now, in the BC Promotions 200. And folks, be sure to check them out. You scroll up in the chat. We got the BC Promotions Discord link. You can sign up for their next event, which is going to be broadcasted live right here on HMS TV. We're going to be in the Indy cars at Nashville Super Speedway. That's going to be a fun one, folks. Not a lot of guys do the IndyCar events, but Brian was willing to take a risk and do it. So if you're an interested driver, be sure to head on over there and sign up. We got William Lindbergh here, said, imagine not having lights to blink. Absolutely, William. Appreciate you popping in here. William's one of our road racers over in our Wednesday night series, the TRC GTE Rewind. That's a fun one, folks. Be sure to sign up. They're going to be starting a new season here in just a few weeks. It's actually a free entry league. Fully broadcasted, so always fun stuff over there in TRC. But nonetheless, pace truck is in, field is set. Into the restart zone they go. On your feet, off your seats, green flag, back in the air. Oh no, look out. We're still clean as Happyack almost junks it in front of the field, but he's able to save it. Bad news though for Happyack as he's dropping all the way to the rear in that 06 machine. Up top with no help. Now, William Lindbergh, let us know in the chat, what are you thinking seeing these guys duke it out like this in these close quarters racing? We know you're a road guy, used to them GTE cars, but what are you thinking watching these NASCAR dudes rip it around here at Echo Park Speedway in Atlanta? Cinch McCoy in the chat said, no traction Terry for the second caution. That's not very nice, Cinch. But hey, we're still clean and green. Your race leader, it's Brian Smith out front in that 26 machine, getting another big shove from the 25 of Maverick Davis. Now look at these planned maneuvers from your race leader, Brian Smith. You see him go all the way high on the track. That's actually by design. What he's doing is he's trying to get some air to the nose of the 25 machine. So you're seeing the 26 car, Brian Smith, washing way up the track, and he's working with his teammate. He knows that Maverick Davis isn't going to stick his nose down underneath him. So giving him plenty of air here to keep him nice and cool. But 67 laps left to go. 6-7, folks. Meanwhile, Steve Tucker is blinking out front here in that 0 machine. Let's see if he can figure it out here as we are still clean and green hopping on board with Maverick Davis. Looks like Tucker continues to blink. You got John Hall, though, right there behind them. They're going to let it roll for now, but we're heading into lap number 66 here this time around. Little bit of contact there from the 26 and 25, but we are clean and green. Brian Smith feeling good out front on that top lane. We got some radio transmission here, folks. Let's take a look here.
Steve's blinking pretty bad here.
Steve, you are blinking just a little bit. If there's some weird bumper grabbing going on, that's what it is.
Blinking a little bit.
Yeah, he's blinking all over the track, folks. We may have to step in and do something. I mean, I hate doing it. We know Steve's leading this race, and it has to feel good. But again, I mean, one minor mistake here in Atlanta, he could junk the field as he continues to blink. If this goes on for another couple laps, I think I might have to step in. We do not have live race control. I don't want to have to do it, but I also don't want to wreck the field. So we're on lap number 68. It's going to be Brian Smith on the top lane. You got John Hall giving him a shove. Jared Skinner for now up to the 5th position out of Peoria, Illinois. Let's hop on board, ripping that top lane. 3rd car in line. Clean and green as we jump up to the blimp. Look at this view here. These guys going 3 wide in the middle of the pack. See if we can get a 3rd lane for them, or if these guys are just shuffling around a bit, as Brian Smith is still your race leader. We drop back Bryce Barfield in the 11th position. On board here out of McDonough, Georgia, up to 10th here as they're coming up on a lap car. Brian Smith, still your race leader, feeling good out front. Let's see what this lap car elects to do, though. Last car on the lead lap is going to be Matthew Byers, currently in 26th as we hop on board out of Mississippi. Look at all these cars. You got 26 cars here in the lead pack. Uh-oh, looks like it's Darrell Young Jr. they're coming up on, going another lap down. We got some radio transmission. Listen in.
Leaders, I'm going to stay all the way bottom. As soon as I'm able to go to the apron, I will.
A good move there from Darrell Young Jr. as the 25 machine on Maverick Davis takes over the top spot here. Is he going to go with the low line or the high line? First things first, they got to get around this lap car. Here he is, Darrell Young Jr. going to look to go to the apron. 59 laps remain here at Echo Park Speedway. Forgot where we were for a second, but we're going 3 wide here for the second spot. That's John Hall on the bottom line. Big block there from Maverick Davis on John Hall. So Davis holds on to the top spot, but they're going 3 wide right now for about the 4th and 5th positions. This could be a recipe for disaster. We're going to find out, though, folks. 58 to go here. We're going to have to pit at least one more time. Maybe 2. I don't know. But nonetheless, Maverick Davis still looking good out front here. Your race leader out of Swartz Creek. I believe it's Michigan. I don't know, though. Sounds like a dumpy little town, honestly. But we appreciate all our fans watching here. Be sure to click that like button on the video. They're junking it. Caution is going to fly. We got to pile up. All right, let's see what happened here, folks. Brian Smith involved. His car is junk. Here it is. Oh, I don't know if Smith comes down or if Happy Act comes up. Looks like the 98 involved in the 28 of White as well. Let's see this one more time. Let's slow it down. All right, here it is, folks. What do you see? Brian Smith up top. Happy Act comes up there, in my opinion. That's my opinion, though. You let us know in the chat what you're seeing. Does the 20 or does the 26 come down on them, or does the 06 go up a touch? It's tight racing. I mean, it's tough. Definitely nothing intentional there, but here it is. One more time, slow motion. You see the 06 drifts up the track there, brings out the contact, and there is another caution. So the 98 involved, the 06 involved, 28, and others. So there you have it, folks. Looks like everybody heading down pit road. It's Maverick Davis, your race leader. We're going to go HMS TV side by side. Don't you go anywhere. We got 30 fans watching. If you haven't done it, click the like button and subscribe to the channel. We'll see you here in just a moment.
Hi, I'm Larry McReynolds. Remember, in any type of racing, it's all about execution. So right now, subscribe to Hutchinson Motorsports TV today. You know America's crew chief. I would never steer you wrong.
Hutchinson Motorsports TV is back. The lights are bright and the stands are packed.
We are back here at Echo Park Speedway. John Hall is your race leader. He went fuel only on that stop. Looks like we got a black flag here for Chris Gaxel. Not sure what for, but field's racked up and ready to roll. Pace truck is in. It's going to be a Hall on the inside, Alt on the outside. Green flag back into the air. Good launch there from Hall, but the bad news is doesn't have much help there on the back bumper as they are door to door heading into turn number 1 with 53 laps left to go. That last caution, again, just an unfortunate racing incident. They were 3 wide. I don't really blame any of them. I think maybe the 06 came up a touch there, but I mean, I don't think that's a bad move at all. Again, it's tough to go through the tri-oval here, 3 wide at Atlanta, but nonetheless, these drivers are navigating through it as we are clean and green. 52 laps remain. Dylan Alt, your race leader. Appreciate you folks watching, and I think it's time to cover those ears, and let's go down trackside. It's going to get loud. These views are wonderful here tonight as we are ripping it around Atlanta. John Hall, your race leader, going to the top lane. Jaden Hopp right there with him. Some drivers trying to make this bottom lane go to work, and a big move there from the one machine of Jaden Hopp. Looking to the inside, takes over the race lead. So it's going to be Jaden Hopp out front with the bottom lane, but here comes Hall to the high line down the backstretch. The 0 of Tucker right there on the bottom with Hopp as we are door to door. Here, Jaden Hopp looking good out front as Hall takes over the top spot. Jared Skinner there in the second spot, giving Hall a good bump there through the corner as they come out of turn number 2 onto the backstretch. Let's drop back in the field. Take a look at JT Tinker as they're trying to junk it in the back. We're still clean and green. That was a close call there as Jamin Bernhardt in the 23rd spot, able to keep it rolling in that 12 machine. Well, back to JT Tinker. Let's take a look at this 93 machine. They're 3 wide right now in the back of this lead pack. Let's hop on board. You know what? I think it's time to get the drone cam down. Let's take a look here. We got a connection. Here's the 93 machine. I'm flying the drone around. Looks like our leaders are coming up on a lap car. That might be the 06 of Happiac. Not too sure, but good looking car here for JT Tinker out of Charlotte, North Carolina. Voodoo Ranger number 93. So John Hall holds on to the top spot. 47 laps left to go. These guys are going to have to pit still one more time, even with that last caution. Pull up the HMS TV pit strategy board. They last pit, we got 9 laps ago. So I'm pretty sure they're going to have to pit one more time no matter how many cautions they get. So we're going to keep an eye on them here as Dylan Alt taking over the top spot, looking up high. We got Connor Gerard in the chat talking about a fatal 4-way match happening at SummerSlam in WWE. Keep us up to date there, Connor. SummerSlam coming up soon. Connor Gerard is certainly pumped up. But folks, we got an HMS TV Plus update here. Earlier today, we have big news in the sports world. We know our viewers care most about the important sports, and that's why we've got a cricket update. Ladies and gentlemen, the French 19 and under team beats Germany 19 and under in the Cricket World Cup qualifier. Sweden also takes out Isle of Manchester. I don't know what that is. And then Switzerland takes out Italy, and we have Guernsey beating Belgium. So big matches in the cricket world as we are clean and green here at New Atlanta Echo Park Speedway, whatever you want to call it. It is the BC Promotions 200. Side by side battling for the second spot. It's going to be John Hall on the inside with the 8 machine of Jared Skinner outside. Uh-oh, the 8 machine gets a little offset there. That's going to be Skinner as he's going to fall back a few spots. Let's see if he can get back into line or get some help. Here we go. Looks like Steve Tucker going to bail him out. Gets on the back bumper of the 8 machine. So Jared Skinner only loses a couple spots here. Could have been a lot worse as Dylan Alt still your race leader. On board with the 25 machine, Maverick Davis going into the corner, almost smoking a 20 car. Ends up not hitting them. We have 42 laps left to go. It's Alt, Hall, and Hop, your top 3. Brantley Roden in the chat says he dropped all of his subscriptions. Netflix, Apple, all of them. And he says he's just using HMS TV Plus for everything. We appreciate that, Brantley. We try to cover it all. I mean, we got all the content in the world here. We got the most subscribers on the planet. And now we have the sports update, so you don't need ESPN anymore. All you need, HMS TV Plus. Now let's drop back in the field here. We see Daryl Young Jr. He is in this pack running in the 25th position. Let's see if Daryl's available for a quick interview. Let's get him in here. I got him. Daryl, Blake up in the booth. You got a copy?
I got a copy, buddy.
Hey, how's it going out there, Daryl? I mean, we know you're a lap down. You're in this smaller group, but hey, you're logging laps right now.
Yeah, I screwed up for whatever reason when I pit. That one caution, I thought it was 2 to go. It was only coming to 1 to go. So I got a black flag, 15-second penalty, but not a big deal, honestly. I'm just running and staying safe, waiting for the big one. Yeah, we're just chilling. We're catching who's currently the lucky dog right now, Nick Kapiak. So I'm hoping this stays green for at least another 4 laps past him, and then hope for the big one.
It should be fun, but Daryl, I thought I'd know. I wanted to pull you in here for a big HMS TV Plus update. Now in badminton, I mean, I know you had your eyes on this match, but Popov beat Noonian.
Yes. Do you have any cricket updates for me?
Well, yes, I let our fans know the cricket updates, but I'm going to share them to you, Daryl. France takes down Germany. Guernsey beats Belgium. Switzerland takes out Italy. And then Sweden beats Isle of Man.
Oh, my God. That makes me just want to turn right into the wall right now.
Let's go.
And just, that just makes me so happy. And I'm actually having an HMS TV update as well. Dylan Alt is leading this race.
Not anymore, though. Hall just takes over the race lead, Daryl.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but hey, it's a great battle out front. But hey, we'll send you back down to your team. Hopefully you can get on a lead lap, Daryl.
I'm out of gas. Send me back.
Oh, my gosh. Daryl Young Jr.'s out of gas. We're going to send him down to his team. Look out. They might be junking it. Oh, man, bad news there for Daryl Young Jr. He runs out of gas as we pull him into the booth. I'm sorry, Daryl, but hey, that's the risk you take sometimes, folks. We're still clean and green. Dylan Alt, your race leader. Daryl Young Jr. is screwed. You know, some might blame me for pulling them during green, but I don't blame me. And there's the caution. So caution is out. Not sure if we had an incident or it's for Daryl Young Jr. Terry Vincent crashes here, folks, so caution comes out. Let's see what happens. Wow. Well, there's that. Well, folks, I don't know what to say about that one. We'll just leave it there. So caution is out. Terry Vincent spins out by himself on the apron. And look out, these guys are junking each other going into the pits. Oh, man. Oh, man, people are not happy on the radio. You got a handful of guys getting doored. Let's try to find this. I'd say that's Jared Skinner. Yeah, that's Jared Skinner's fault, I'd say. Here we are, though, in lap number 95. We got some guys on pit road. So we're going to go HMS TV side by side. We'll be right back, folks. You're watching the world's #1 streaming service, Hutchinson Motorsports TV. We'll see you in a minute. We are back here in Atlanta. We've got just 33 laps left to go. Once we drop the hammer and go back green, everybody's going to be good to go the rest of the way on fuel. But your front row, it's going to be Dylan Alt on the inside with John Hall on the outside. Things have gotten interesting here, folks. Got 32 fans watching. If you haven't done it, click that like button. Drop a comment. Let us know what you're thinking here as the pace truck is in. Field is set. We are ready to roll. Green flag back into the air. Good jump there from Dylan Alt, your race leader. Let's see if he wants to go up high, and he looks like he is going to stay down low as Hall looks to the inside. Side by side for the race lead. Let's see if Hall can get some help. Looks like Alt's got more help on that inside, and Hall gonna fall back a spot or two. But here comes Bryce Barfield, the hometown kid from McDonough, Georgia, down the road here. He has been to Atlanta Motor Speedway plenty of times. He would love to win this race as he looks to the inside to take over the race lead. Door to door for the race lead, looking to take him 3 wide. Barfield gets hung out to dry. Oh my, that was not nice for Alan Dobbs. He says, you might be the hometown kid, but I don't care. You're going to the back, bud. Alan Dobbs hangs him out to dry, but it's still going to be Alt into the race lead. We're still clean for now, folks, but I wouldn't be shocked to see another caution or 3. We've had, 8 or 9 of them tonight. I know Connor Gerard's keeping count. But Dylan Alt, he wants it to stay green. He's feeling good out front into the top spot. Bubba Myers Custom Designs just gifted a 100 emoji for 2 jewels. We appreciate that, Bubba. If you want to donate some jewels, if you're on your mobile phone, you have to be on the mobile app. Head on over to YouTube, watch the video. You click that purple gift thing moving around. You can send some jewels. It's kind of like bits here if you guys watch Twitch. So appreciate that, Bubba, but we are clean and green. And don't look now, Jonathan Evans out of nowhere. I haven't seen him all night long, but the O2 machine, your points leader, trying to clinch the championship here tonight, might do it with another big win. So it's Alt on the high line with Evans on the low line. They are door to door here out front. Going up to the blimp, look at this beautiful shot of our lead pack. Alt and Evans duking it out here for the race lead. We'll drop back here in this pack. Maverick Davis in the 25 machine, currently in the 16th position near the back of this group. 28 laps left to go. Let's see if we get another caution. I think the answer is going to be yes. Meanwhile, race leaders looking to come up on some more lap traffic. Not sure who's this car coming up, but looks like we're going to see one here in the next handful of laps. But if you're watching, folks, in the chat, let us know who you want to win this thing, who you think's going to win it, and let us know who you don't want to win it. If there's a car up front you want to wreck, feel free to let us know. Brian Matthews making his HMS TV Cup Series debut here in that 16 machine from Winter Garden, Florida. Good looking car here for Matthews. Haven't heard much from him tonight, but let's check him out here with the drone cam. Here it is. Beautiful paint scheme here in the 14th position. And wow, look at this scheme. How did we miss it? Connor Gerard, I don't know if this is a paint scheme of the night finalist contender, but this is beautiful. You got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Brian Matthews. This is my favorite of the night, honestly. Connor, if he's not a finalist, I think you should put him in there. This is beautiful right here. Brian Matthews looking good with the nostalgia paint theme. Oh no, Steve Tucker almost hooks him. So we'll keep an eye on these guys as we are rolling clean and green here tonight. They're in the back of this group, but it is go time. They want to start getting some track position. It's not the easiest thing to pass here at Atlanta. There's only so much space to work with. Connor Gerard says the 16 is a paint scheme of the night contender. Well, that's good, Connor, and I'm rooting for him. But Dylan Alt looking good out front. He's led the most laps, coming up on Daryl Young Jr., who has been just in the way here tonight. Here he is. So there's a lap car. Daryl Young Jr. is going to go down to the apron again. I feel like this is deja vu, folks. Getting lapped. Daryl Young Jr. Well done, Daryl. So it's Alt, Evans, Hop, Hall, and Hobart, your top five. Let's take a look at your fifth place car of Austin Hobart, hailing from Kakedo, Minnesota. Folks, I think it's time to cover those ears up. I'm digging these trackside cameras we got. We got cameramen on the track. This is honestly illegal, but time to go trackside. Cover your ears. It's going to get loud. Leader looking good, trying to hold off Evans, Hop, and Hobart as they are battling out front here at Echo Park Speedway. Wow, what a shot there as we jump back up to our race leader here. Single file through most of the front of the pack, but these guys are looking to get antsy here. Outside line starting to get a move on here. Just 21 laps remain here in Atlanta. Bubba Myers in the chat says, show them the bass, Blake. Well, here it is, Bubba. Let's go down with the drone cam. Take a look. Jared Skinner in the 9th spot. Here's the bass. This is one of the favorites here. Jesse Becker really likes this paint scheme. You got Jared Skinner repping the Juicy Spider Studios 8 machine. That's a Bubba Myers custom designed paint scheme. Getting a shove here, close quarters racing. Less than 20 laps remain. Are we going to stay clean and green the rest of the way, or are these guys going to wad them up? Who knows, folks? You never know here in the HMS TV Cup Series. We've seen races, turn craziness, and then we've seen stuff stay clean and green, so I honestly don't know. You would think we'd get a yellow. These guys are going to start driving aggressive here in the next handful of laps, but you never know. We'll keep it clean and green. Now let's check out your HMS TV hard charger board right now in the 5th position. Alan Dobbs up 31 spots, actually in 6th now. So plus 31 for Dobbs in the 11 here. You got Noah Ward up 24. Then we have John Evans up 23. So look out, we got one into the wall maybe. I think that's Steve Tucker. Oh, he's able to save it here. Back onto the track he goes. Great job there from the 0 of Steve Tucker. Looks like he might hold on to the draft. So unfortunate there for Tucker, loses some track position, but could have been much worse as he's going to drop to the back of this group. Connor Gerard in the chat says, did you guys see the NBA news? Yeah, Connor, good point. We better bring that up. HMS TV Plus update. LeBron James signs with the 76ers today. Thought that was kind of weird. I did not expect to see him in a 76ers jersey, but hey, I don't really care about basketball anyway, so who cares? But Dylan Alt, still your race leader, and let's look at your lap leaderboard. Alt has led 49 laps. That is impressive here at a draft track like Atlanta. Meanwhile, the 0-2 machine of John Evans. He is looking good here, trying to wrap up that March championship. Came into the race with a huge points lead. Well, a second place finish would certainly help him out. But we still have 15 laps left to go here. Clean and green at New Atlanta. Isaiah Adam Bomb Adams running 12th at top on board. Getting a little antsy here at the 25 of Maverick Davis working through the middle of the field. You got Noah Ward underneath him. Let's see if Davis can get that 25 car up front. Noah Ward in the 7 machine running in the 7th position. Still 14 to go. Been a decent race for Noah Ward. We had some drivers not happy with him earlier. I saw some messages in the HMS TV Discord, but nonetheless, he finds himself up front here as Dylan Alt continues to pace the field out front. You're watching the HMS TV Cup Series. Tonight's race, the BC Promotions 200. Black flag waving in the air for Chris Otto. Not sure what Otto did, just went down pit road, so black flag is out. Not going to affect the race, though, as we have 12 laps remaining here at Echo Park Speedway. Meanwhile, Maverick Davis still door-to-door there with the 7 machine. Let's hop on board here with that 25 car. Meanwhile, Brian Matthews, a little bit off pace, but he's going to hang on to this lead draft. So again, folks, we have an 18-car draft out front. So these top 18, they've all got a shot here. They're going to be in it at the end unless we get a caution. Question is, when do you start going? I mean, if you're back here in the 12th position or further back, It's go time right now. I mean, you got to make something happen. If you just hang out in the 18th spot until 3 to go, you're not going to go anywhere. So if you're Diego Sainz or JT Tinker there, you got to start thinking, when am I going to make the move to jump out front here? As Dylan Alt has had control of this race here tonight. Nothing changing coming out of turn 4 into the tri-oval. 10 laps left to go. 39 cars signed in here with the HMS TV Cup Series. Folks, if you're interested in joining the HMS TV Cup Series next season, we're starting a new season in just about a few weeks. We're going to be opening up entry to the public in just a week's time, so be sure to check out the HMS TV Discord. That's discord.gg/HMS TV as we got Maverick Davis making a move to the outside. Davis looks outside the 33 of John Hall, gonna help him out. 9 laps left to go. Dylan Alt, still your race leader, but we got some lap traffic coming up. Things are about to get interesting here, folks. That's the 06 of Happy Act gonna hold the top line here as the lead pack gonna get around him. Dylan Alt gonna cover up high. He's got some more lap traffic here to worry about. That's the 28 of Chad White. He's going to stay up high as well. So still clean and green. 8 laps left to go. It's going to be Alt, Davis, Evans, and Hop. On board with your race leader of Dylan Alt, trying to decide, do I want to block the top lane or do I want to stick down low? We're going to find out as he goes through turns 3 and 4. 7 to go this time around. On board here with Bryce Barfield out of McDonough, Georgia. 11th position. See if Barfield can work himself back up front. He's got some work to do here, but our race leaders, they're duking it out. They're making moves. There goes the O2 machine of Jonathan Evans down low. We got a battle for the race lead door to door. Dylan Alt commanded the race lead as long as he could. 6 to go. Can he keep the top spot? Don't you go anywhere, folks. We got the finish coming up. Is it going to stay clean? Is it going to stay green? I don't know. Let's check out the blimp cam as Alt holds on to the lead spot. Five to go here at Echo Park Speedway. It's Alt, Evans, and Davis, your top 3. These drivers trying to find out when they want to make the move for the win. You only get one chance a lot of these times here at Echo Park Speedway, so you got to choose it right here as Maverick Davis sitting in 3rd, trying to decide when does he want to go as our leaders coming up on some lap traffic. Stained Pink in the chat saying, go Hop, go. Jaden Hop, let's see if he can make something happen, taking over the 3rd spot as he's on the high line. Looking to get a bump there from the 33 machine of John Hall as they go into the tri-oval, crossing the line. 3 laps left to go here in Atlanta. Down to the apron goes the 2 machine. He's going to let the lead group by, and that's probably a good move here as they head down the backstretch. Just 3 to go. Is it staying green? No, it's not. They're junking it. I don't know. We're still green, though. They're able to save it potentially. We are still clean and green. iRacing cautions are on here tonight. 2 laps left to go. Couple cars involved there, but they're able to save it. Do we get to the white flag, or are we going to have a finish, or are we going to overtime? We're going to find out as they head down the backstretch. Dylan Alt, your race leader. It's Alt out front. You got Jaden Hop leading the outside line. Hop looking to go down low. into the tri-oval. White flag in the air. Last lap around here in the BC Promotions 200. And Alt licks a bad move. Jaden Hopp takes over the race lead. Out of turn 2, Jaden Hopp out front into the backstretch. Can Hopp hold on? The 0-2 of Evans looks to the inside. His teammate of Hall right behind him. Into 3 and 4 for the final time. It's going to be a drag race to the finish. Checkered flag in the air. Jonathan Evans wins the BC Promotions 200. Oh, we got the wreck there afterwards. Might have been intentional. But wow, what a finish there as John Evans brings home the win. You got Hopp second, Dobbs third, Skinner fourth, and Hobart rounds out your top 5. What a finish. Man, it looked like Alt had that one in the bag. Ends up bringing it home 18th. Not sure if he ran out of fuel or what happened with Dylan Alt. But folks, we're going to get these guys in for some interviews. We'll be right back. We are back here at Auto Club, and what a crazy finish, as we always see here in Atlanta. But let's pull up your Hustle Fuel victory lane information. Take a look at your screen. Jonathan Evans brings home the win. I think that's wrong. I don't know what's going on here. I believe Dobbs is your third place finisher. Let's confirm, folks. Hang on. Let me use iRacing. Sometimes this stuff's wrong. Or did Skinner get third? I don't know what's going on here. Give me a minute here, folks. My timing and scoring was wrong, so hang on. One moment. All right, we're going to start things off here with our second place finisher here because I'm going to confirm first. So Jaden Hopp, let's get him in here. Jaden, Blake up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, what a race for you. You end up bringing home second, but has to feel pretty good. You ran up front most of the evening and bring it home on the podium.
That feels pretty good. Second in the stage, second in the race, had a 0x bonus, so that's all nice. Good points day, all things considered. But obviously it would have been nice to win the race, but I guess the cards didn't quite play out that way. But all things considered, pretty good race.
Absolutely. I mean, we definitely saw our share of cautions, 9 here tonight, but I mean, with 39 cars in Atlanta, I kind of expected that. But hey, Jaden, you put it on the pole here. You bring home second in the race, second in the stage. Going to be a good points day for sure. But how you feeling about next week as we head to Homestead?
I'd say I feel pretty good about it. I really like Homestead. Hopefully Seb doesn't show up, because otherwise we're finishing second. But it should be good. Unfortunately, I think the car that I'm racing for the lead and owner's points won the race here tonight, so that won't really help. But
No.
we should be able to extend the gap for, I think, second. I think I am now.
Yeah, it's been a good season for you. And honestly, Jaden, I wouldn't be shocked. Evans might clinch the points, or not Evans, sorry, the 02 might clinch the Owners' Championship here tonight. But we're going to have to run the numbers. I know he had a big lead coming in, but hey, nonetheless, a great race from you. And again, you're going to cement yourself in second in points, we believe. So it's going to be fun to see how the season finishes out next week. But before you head out, Jaden, got any shout-outs for our viewers at home?
Yeah, shout out you guys for putting on the broadcast and the league and all that. Shout out to Brad for putting on this tier 1 machine, having me out here tonight. And all my teammates that I worked with here tonight, it was a blast running with all of them, and all my friends and family for watching me.
Absolutely. Well, hey, we appreciate you coming out here tonight, Jaden. Ran up front. You brought the fans in as always, and we look forward to seeing how you finish out the season next week.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward for Miami, so it should be a good one.
Absolutely. Well, hey, good luck here the rest of the year, Jaden. Next week, season finale.
Thank you very much. Hope to talk to you one more time.
Absolutely. Jaden Hopp getting it done, bringing it home in second. Again, tonight's winner, John Evans. Jaden Hopp brings home second, trying to still confirm who brought home third. I don't really even know. I'm seeing Jared Skinner, so I'm about to just go with Jared. So let's pull in Jared Skinner here. Jared, Blake up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing pretty good. I still don't know who got third, but my scoring's showing you, and Dobbs says he didn't get it, so we're going to go with you bringing home the third place position here tonight.
Yeah, I'll take it. Right as you pulled me in, Nick was looking at that, Nick Happyack, and he's like, yeah, I think Dobbs shows 18th because he got a penalty or something. So I guess he fell back. So, yeah, I guess P3. I'll take it.
Hey, I mean, you were up front most of the night. It was a good run for you, Jared. You bring it on the podium. I believe it's your first podium of the season. Has to feel pretty good here in Atlanta.
Yeah, racing against guys like Dylan Alt and Jaden Hopp and John, it feels awesome.
Absolutely. Hey, I'm sure it does here, but good to see you up there. You know, you were racing with your teammates a lot of the night, but some of them had some bad luck, but at least you didn't.
Yeah, super unfortunate for them. Again, that last pit stop we had, I was not paying attention, so I want to apologize to everybody I ran into the back of. Everybody just braked real quick, and I just hit right into the back of them, so apologize for anybody I tagged in that. I think Bryce Barfield was one of them, so sorry to him. But yeah, overall, it was a great night. You know, minimal mistakes and kept it up front all night. And just want to thank everybody over at Juicy Spider Motorsports, you guys at HMS TV for putting on a great broadcast, and looking forward to coming back next week.
Absolutely. Well, hey, we appreciate you coming out. Jared, you did a great job out there tonight, bringing home the third spot. But before you head out, you got any shout-outs for our viewers listening and watching at home?
Yeah, everybody over at Juicy Spider Gaming, Nick Happyack, Mike Morgan, Donnie Kite, Josh Adams, Hunter Sr., Craig Martin, Andy Lewis, Terry Vincent, everybody over here at Juicy Spider Gaming is put on a great performance tonight, and everybody over at Blake Hutchinson Motorsports TV.
All right. Well, hey, we appreciate you, Jared. Great job, and we're looking forward to seeing how you finish out the season next week at Homestead. How you feeling about going to Homestead?
I like it. It's a good track for me. It's been a while since I've ran it in the next gen, but this next gen, it's kind of coming around to me compared to all the other cars. You know, these updates with the Xfinity car, or I guess O'Reilly's car, it's kind of thrown me off track there. But the next gen, it's kind of coming in, so I'm looking forward to Homestead.
Yeah, well, we're looking forward to it too, Jared. But hey, congratulations putting it on the podium here tonight in the Hustle Fuel Victory Lane.
Thank you, sir.
Good run there from Jared Skinner, ripping it around here. But, folks, it's time to talk with the star of the show, tonight's winner. Let's get him in here, John Evans. John, Blake up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, what a run from you. I believe you led one lap here tonight. It's the only one that matters, the last one, and you bring home a huge win for that 0-2 car.
Yeah, how about that 0-2, man? Back to back to back. Yeah, just super happy. I told Ben earlier in the week, I was like, the point situation's looking pretty good. Give me the keys. Surely I won't mess it up. And, to bring it home and park it in victory lane is a pretty special feeling. I was getting a little jealous of all my teammates. They were doing fantastic, and I wanted to get me one. So super happy.
Well, it definitely worked out for you here, Jonathan, and we can't confirm, but it's definitely a possibility. The 0-2 may have clinched the championship here tonight, but I'm honestly not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. I didn't score any stage points, which was kind of a bummer. Track position was actually more difficult than I was expecting. I haven't raced this combo in a while, so yeah, so I didn't get any stage points, and I think Jaden did, so it's going to be close, but either way, just super stoked, and we should have a really good buffer heading into Homestead.
Absolutely. Well, hey, nonetheless, Jonathan, you did what you needed to do. You were out front most of the night. You didn't lead any laps till the end, but again, you led the only one that matters. But hey, next week we're headed to Homestead. How you feeling about your chances over there?
I don't know. Right now, I don't even know if I'm racing next week. I'm gonna have to see about that, but I hope I am, because that'd be one heck of a time. I like Homestead as a track. I'm not the best at it, but you never know. I kind of surprise myself sometimes when specifically in the next gen, I don't think like I'm gonna have a lot of pace, and then sometimes I do. So hopefully it's one of those things if I do or am able to race. But yeah, just huge shout out to Ben, Race Powerhouse, everyone over there. I need to give a huge shout out to John Hall. He basically gave me the win when he pushed me down the back straightaway when I made the move on Jaden. And then funny thing, he pushed me to the lead, and then he ran out of gas. So it was like perfect timing. So shout out to you, John. And yeah.
Yeah, John, we saw that from a lot of our leaders. I think at least 4 or 5 guys ran out of fuel there in the last lap. That was kind of unexpected. You think guys were just kind of cutting it close there on that last stop?
Yeah, it was very close. Even on a full tank, I think that last run was about a full tank of gas if you saved a little bit. And that's why I sat behind Dylan for so long, because I knew that he was probably going to run out if he stayed in the lead, which he did. And yeah, even me, right after I passed the start-finish line, ran out of gas. So I was kind of just sitting back, trying to save as much as I could while maintaining the track position, because I knew that once everyone started pushing, it was going to be really tight. So yeah, I guess I played it pretty well. And yeah, just once again, just big shout out to the league, to you, the broadcast, everyone that watched. I hope it was a good show. It was pretty entertaining from behind the wheel, at least. But yeah, thank you guys.
Well, it definitely seemed that way. But hey, congratulations tonight, John. You start 25th. You bring home the win here. That's 3 in a row, I believe, for that 0-2 machine. And definitely looking forward to see how this thing finishes out next week. But hey, before you head out, John, got any final shout outs or words of encouragement for our viewers at home?
Words of encouragement. Wait till the white flag to make your move, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
All right. Well, hey, great job out there tonight. 1 lap led. It's the big one. John Evans, your winner here in Hustle Fuel Victory Lane of the BC Promotions 200. Well done there from John Evans, parking it in victory lane. That 0-2 machine has been on a mission. But, folks, we're done here tonight. We hope you join us tomorrow night. We're going to have we're going to have a special event tomorrow. It's going to be the Grid Gold 300. We got a lot of prizes on the line. Full entry of cars at Daytona are going to be in the next gens at Daytona. You're not going to want to miss it. So nonetheless, we hope to see you then. Be sure to click that like button, subscribe to the channel. I guess we'll see you tomorrow night, folks, in the booth. I'm Blake Hutchinson. You just watch Hutchinson Motorsports TV. We'll be right back. Or I'm sorry, we'll be back tomorrow. Real quick, breaking news, Connor Gerard has announced the 16 machine of Brian Matthews Wentz paint scheme of the night. So that's going to conclude things. Thanks again. Hutchinson Motorsports TV will be back tomorrow.